Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. 1 week away from the No Way Out pay-per-view. This is the final episode before the big show, and we are gearing up towards the show as we start to build our rivalries towards it. We are still behind in the ratings as usual, but hey, we're starting to make a bit of a comeback. I'm going to try and make a couple of trades before No Way Out. See if we can get some names in here, see if we can potentially do something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Sandman and Sabu at the moment. I'm trying to probably get rid of them. I want to be cheeky, though. I want to try and get something a little extra to really hurt Raw just that little bit much by trying to take two names and leaving them a bit high and dry. So I want Mr. Kennedy and I want Bobby Lashley, as you guys know. But I'm trying to be a little bit cheeky, probably trying to bite off a little bit more than what I can chew, trying to get them for Sabu. And as you see, you look at ECW, they really don't have anybody, probably besides Kane, that I would actually be interested in signing. Maybe Kane and Matt Hardy, possibly Carlito as well. There's really not that much to choose from, and that's a bit concerning. So Raw is definitely the one we need to go to try and do anything. And at the moment, ECW and Raw just don't want to trade. They're not feeling it. You know, they don't want to be ripped off, I suppose. They don't want Sabu for Kane and Matt Hardy and Sabu for Lashley and Kennedy. I suppose it's probably fair enough. You know, we could probably get Sabu for Rey Mysterio. I kind of want to get some guys that haven't been on the show, though. So Lashley, Kennedy, you know, those guys I do like. I do like those guys, but they haven't been on the show for some reason. You know, we just haven't brought them in, and I would like to maybe finish off the series with those guys coming in. I don't know, but you know, I also would like to have Kane in as well. And, you know, I kind of want to bring someone in to be that third guy. You know, that third guy who can be the guy to break up the feuds, the guy to change it up a little bit. I want that one. You know, so obviously they probably won't have a rivalry heading towards WrestleMania. But, you know, if you bring in a Kane, you bring in a Carlito, Bobby Lashley, whatever, you know, you have that guy who can work with Undertaker and The Beast, you know, in their feud. Or Triple H and Edge in their feud, HBK and Randy Orton in their feud. You know, you can have those guys who could work in those feuds and do some good stuff there. So we still need to go ahead and book the show, but I'll give you a quick look at the rivalries we do have so far. So obviously not any long-term rivalries at the moment. We're all geared up for WrestleMania. We saw King Booker debut last week. He beat Batista. And we've got The Beast, Undertaker. That's for the WrestleMania streak. I don't even know if they'll actually get a WrestleMania match, but, you know, they're going to have a rivalry anyway. So, that's the plan at the moment. So this is the card. I will show you the rest of the card later on. What happened is I skipped out, you know, okay, well, there you go. There's a quick card. But I'm going to play Jeff Hardy and Ric Flair's Sabu triple threat match because we haven't seen Ric Flair on the show yet. And I also want to give a little bit more emphasis to the Cruiserweight division as Ric Flair and Jeff Hardy currently feuding over it. We'll get back to the other matches later on, so don't worry, we'll talk about them later on. So we got Jeff Hardy and Ric Flair and Sabu. So obviously we're using Sabu as that third man in this matchup to kind of break it away and make sure that these guys don't exactly face each other one-on-one again before the pay-per-view, where they'll have a match for the Cruiserweight Championship. And I did realize that I did fuck up with the tag team things. I actually thought MVP and Mark Henry were the tag champs, so I actually set up the feuds around those guys rather than setting it up around Sabu and Sandman. So I kind of fucked that up. So that's why, if you're wondering, why is he using this? Why is he using JTG instead of Sabu or something like that? I did actually fuck it up. So we realized that at No Way Out, we'll fix that one up. But here is the Nature Boy. Here is Ric Flair. He's arrived here on Raw. I'm SmackDown. He came from Raw over to SmackDown, I should say. And last week, his debut wasn't exactly successful. But it is good to have Flair here on SmackDown. Here comes Sabu, one half of the tag team champions. It's good to have Sabu involved in the Cruiserweight division again, even if it is for only one night only. And Flair, Hardy, Sabu should be good. And definitely Sabu and Jeff Hardy, they would do some crazy stuff given the opportunity. So maybe at No Way Out or sometime in the future, we might have to get those guys involved in a ladder match or something crazy like that. As we get this one underway, Flair, Hardy, Sabu, and this gives us a little bit of an indication what to expect at No Way Out, which is our next episode, which will be the next pay-per-view here in GM mode. So expect another long video from me. Man, I've done some long videos in the past couple of weeks. It's been quite tiring, but we've got another one coming up, another pay-per-view coming up. Probably expect this one to drop later on in the week, maybe even on the weekend. I'll see when I get opportunity to do a 1 hour long video. I'll try and do it. I've already, got some plans for what I want to do with it and the matches I want to do with it. So it should be pretty easy to do. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to doing it. So you guys should expect to see that coming up real soon. As Flair goes for another pinfall attempt. The referee, he's not counting though. Why not? And now he goes for the count, but Sabu is already there to break up the pinfall. And now Hardy is set back down, and now Sabu, big chop there by Ric Flair. Vintage Flair, and now he's going to set him up for the figure 4 leg lock as well. Jeff Hardy watching on, which is the problem for Ric Flair, who may not quite get this submission hold. He's going to get it locked in though. He's very close to the ropes as well, so take your pick. Will it be a rope break? Will it be Jeff Hardy? And it is going to be Jeff Hardy because Ric Flair wanted to ignore the ropes there as he hits Sabu with another chop. And now Jeff Hardy striking away on Sabu. A nice little maneuver there by Jeff Hardy, sending Sabu down and striking away. And now Flair's going to try and take advantage of Sabu as well, drilling the knee into the back. But Jeff Hardy right there again. So triple threat, of course, you have to try and take both men out at the same time, which is the difficulty of this matchup. But at No Way Out, it will just be Flair and Hardy one-on-one. They won't have to worry about a third man. That'll make it a little bit easier for Ric Flair as he sends down Sabu, taking him down as Hardy enters back into the ring. Flair's going to follow it up. Oh, sends him back over the top rope. Get the hell out of my ring, says Ric Flair. And he's going to now toss Sabu over the top rope as well. Ric Flair working away, dominating this match in the opening stages of this one so far. Sabu sent down. This is the opening that Flair could use right now to try and put Jeff Hardy away as he sends Jeff Hardy face first into the mat. And now he's looking pretty good. Going for that chop. Sabu with the counter though. Look out for Sabu. If he starts to get some momentum, he could be very dangerous. As now Hardy, he just rolls Sabu down. And oh, wait a minute. Ric Flair, oh, cheating, grabbing the you-know-what, the family jewels of Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy feeling the effects of that. Ric Flair cheating to try and get the victory here. Vintage Nature Boy, the dirtiest player in the game, back in full flight here for the first time. Well, first time we've seen him, but the second match he's had here on Friday Night Smackdown. Ric Flair's feeling pretty good about himself too, as we're seeing a bit of everything from Ric Flair tonight. As Flair's going to follow it up. Oh! Chopping the knee. Ric Flair on fire right now. The Nature Boy showing signs of his prime, showing signs of his best here in the opening stages of his first Smackdown televised match. We'll call it that. Showcase match is probably a better word. As Flair now works away on Hardy. He's got Hardy down. He's going after Sabu. Unsuccessful attempt, though, as Sabu manages to get out of the way. Unfortunately for Flair, unable to really take advantage of that situation where he could have had both men down, potentially going for the pinfall or a submission to try and win this one. Sabu was sent over the top right. Back in the ring now as Jeff Hardy and Ric Flair both complete a bit of a sequence there. Now Jeff Hardy's going to take advantage of... Sabu's going to take advantage of Jeff Hardy being distracted and a swinging neck breaker as Ric Flair is just taunting away, just telling the world how good he is. And trust me, that is pretty damn good. An arm drag there. Down goes Ric Flair. So definitely the Cruiserweights have been a bit of a struggling point for us. I mean, you look at the course of the series, we started off pretty well. We had a pretty good base of Cruiserweights. As the series went on, we started to lose a few. Nitro went, Rey Mysterio went, Jeff Hardy's been in and around it. JTG's been in and around it, more so tag team. Sabu been in and around it. So we haven't really had that many guys successful here in the Cruiserweight division. That's been a bit of a problem for us. We haven't really evolved the division. Ric Flair went for the cover. Only getting a 2 count. Now slamming Sabu back down. So Ric Flair coming back in gets a bit more of, well, I want to say new blood, but it is technically very, very old blood back into the division, which is good to see as Sabu attacks the knee of Jeff Hardy. And Flair now, oh, right in the back of Sabu's leg. Hardy up the top, hits the leg drop on Sabu. Is that enough to put Sabu away? Ric Flair's not going to let it happen though, as now Flair's going to throw Jeff Hardy over the top. And what can Ric Flair do? Try to attack Sabu. But he takes down Hardy, and now takes down Sabu at the same time. Is that enough? Ric Flair for the cover, for the pin, for the win. 2, and Sabu gets the shoulder up. Ric Flair not happy with it. As Jeff Hardy and Sabu back to their feet, what's Flair going to do next? What's Ric Flair's next move? He tosses Jeff Hardy over the top. He tried to get rid of Jeff Hardy again. He tried to take him out, but unsuccessful. Snapmare takedown there by Jeff Hardy. And now it's Sabu and Hardy in the middle of the ring. Ric Flair back to his feet now. As Sabu, he still watches on as Jeff Hardy gets taken down. Shoulders are down. Sabu's in trouble. Shoulders down. 2. Flair's got it. Yes, he has. 3 count now. 3 count. Ric Flair wins his first match here on SmackDown. Well, that's his first victory on SmackDown in his second match. I keep saying it's the first. It's the second one. First showcase match. Now that's my excuse. Nature Boy Ric Flair gets the victory. The W will go next to this old-timer, the veteran. His name, and potentially the next Cruiserweight Champion of SmackDown. It will be Jeff Hardy. It will be Ric Flair. And it will be at No Way Out. Plus many of other great matches to come as well. Big victory by the Nature Boy. The dirtiest player in the game. He's now taken his strengths and over to the blue brand. As we had Randy Orton. He defeated Shawn Michaels in a submission match to kick the show off. Undertaker lost to Sandman with Brendan in Sandman's corner. Crime Time knocked off Mark Henry and MVP. And in our main event matchup, because we just saw Ric Flair win, Edge and Batista in a tornado tag match defeated Triple H and King Booker. There you go, as we simulate to get ready for the No Way Out pay-per-view. Raw, 4.5-star show. That'll be tough to beat. ECW, 3.5-star. How does SmackDown fare? Only 3.5-star. As you can see, a fair rating. We didn't have a great week. Our rivalries are pretty low at the moment. We didn't exactly lose much ground, but certainly didn't really help us out much. So all of our rivalries are set in stone. We get ready for No Way Out. We should be in for a really good one. There's our champions heading in towards No Way Out. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next here in GM mode. Only a handful of episodes to go, so make sure you guys do check out the No Way Out pay-per-view. It'll be the last pay-per-view from SmackDown before WrestleMania. And I hope you guys do enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode as well. If you did, please do leave a like of the video. Make sure you subscribe to see more GM mode videos coming up real soon from me. Not a lot to go, like I said, so make sure you do tune in to each and every one to finish off the series. Thanks, guys, for checking it out, and I'll see you all next video.